Assalamu alaikum students, welcome back to Global Public School online classes. In our previous class we studied about the preamble of our constitution and the drafting committee. We talked about the salient features of our Indian constitution. We talked about the rights of our Indian constitution, the rights of an Indian citizen, and the duties also we studied in our earlier class. In this class of today we are going to talk about some of the important principles of the state policy, the directive principles of the state policy. It's been actually established with a welfare state with some certain directive principles of the state policy, which has been actually done in the constitution under the fourth part from the 36 to 51 articles. These principles act like a guidelines to the state. So if a state wants to do something good towards the people, this is like guidelines for them. What are all the plans or what are all the things which they can actually implement it. So the farmers of our constitutions were inspired by the Irish constitution include such as directive principles. These directive principles are in the form of directions to the central and state governments. The government intends to provide the economic, social or political justice to its citizens can follow actually this. But students, this is just purely based on ethics. It is not compulsory that every state chief minister or prime minister has to follow this. No, this is just a suggestion. This is just purely an ethics. No court or no things can question this if they are not following so. These principles are socialist and liberal, which has been based on the Gandhian ideals. How, from where these principles are coming in? From the Gandhian ideals. Any individual or a party that comes to the power has to rule keeping these principles as a guide. It's like a guide. If they want to follow, they can follow. If they don't want to, not a mandatory thing. So this is like a directives that we call it as a principles. Let's see what all the things are there in the directive principles of the state policy. The first and the foremost thing here is to provide the adequate means of livelihood to all the citizens. To provide the maybe free health checkups, or to provide the free medical treatments, to provide the free houses, to provide a free food, which are some of the governments are doing. Like in the health cards, they have provided some health cards in which they are giving some amount of subsidy to any kind of big operations happens, and the government is also giving some quarters and sites under the Ashraya Yojana, and they are providing a free rice under the Annabhagya of the governments or any other things. Okay, so this is what comes under the adequate livelihood to all the citizens. The second thing what is mentioned in the directive principles of the state is to prevent the community wealth and resources from becoming the private property of a few. Whenever the mining is happening, whenever wealth thing is coming, so it should be shared to the government so that they can do good to the people, not by using it for the private purpose. The next thing coming up here is to provide the equal pay for equal work. Maybe a men, women, whoever it is, if they have done the equal work, equal hours of working, equal work, then obviously they should be provided as an equal pay according to this policy. The next is to provide the public assistance to those people who are old, who are sick, and who are weak and helpless. That's been written in the state policy. I think some of the governments, maybe a state government or a central government, is actually following that. They are actually giving the pension to the old people, and they are giving the wheelchairs to the physically challenged people. They are giving one or the other kind of help and support according to the state policy. and to implement the uniform civil code throughout the country, whether he is a minister, MLA, whichever the person is. If he has done an offence, means offence, that's all. To implement the uniform civil code throughout the country is what been clearly said in the directive principles of the state policy. Again, like I said, this is just an ethics thing. If the state want to follow, they can follow. If they don't want to follow, they can it's their wish. To provide the opportunities for the development of the state and the preschool education to all the children below 6 years. This is being clearly said in the directive principles of the state policy, but some of the states and some of the central government is also following that. I think you might have heard about this policy. Whenever the girl child is born, they are providing a 1 lakh rupees bond, like a Bhagya Lakshmi bond, to promote the girl birth rate in the country, and to reduce the female feticide in the country. Female feticide is nothing but aborting the girl child in the mother's womb. When they get to know that it's a girl baby in the mother's womb, during the scanning they'll try to abort it. So because of which the government is actually promoting, and by giving some kind of a bonds, they are telling to promote the girl child birth rate. And not only that, maybe a girl child or a boy child, the government is providing under the Pradhan Mantri Yojana, they are providing a 15,000 rupees cash amount, which will directly come to the mother's account, maybe within a period of 2 or 3 months. And in the Anganwadis of the government programs, they are providing the free kind of a ration and some amount of milk, eggs, all that they are providing to the kids under the 6 years old. The next thing comes up here is to protect the historical monuments and maintain the places of historical interest. Like I said in my earlier class, not to destroy it by writing the names or by taking a scratch or anything, and to support it and to promote the tourism and travel. All that has been clearly said, and some of the states are actually doing it. The next thing comes up here is to separate the executive from the judiciary. I mean the parliamentary, in which the person who will listen to, the speaker will listen to the problems, whatever it is there, they will clearly see it, and then they will give the directions, maybe it is whoever it is. And the Supreme Court is completely different, and they are actually 100% free to take any kind of decisions based on the Indian Constitution. To protect the international peace and respect of the international law, you can see it here. And the next comes up here is to establish the Gram Panchayats. This is very important. Students, the Gram Panchayats is not only just a village where they will assemble, they will sit on the chairs, they will do a decisions. No, these people are actually without the government help or with the government help, they are actually developing their villages. Maybe a drainage issue, water issue, schools, they are developing the schools, adult education, all the facilities they are doing it. That's been given in the directive principles of the state policy as well. To encourage the rural and cottage industries. See here. See, because of the machinery products, most of the countries are in a very bad condition. And this, according to this, they say that to encourage the rural and cottage industry, with some of the states, and actually the central government is doing it. To organize and develop the agriculture and animal husbandry on the modern lines, to improve the technology and to grow the organized, to get the modernized technology in the agriculture, and to improve the animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, you can see in the image, students, here, petting the animals or using the animals or growing the animals for the purpose of money, maybe by taking the milk of that, or maybe by selling the meat of that. To ensure the prohibition of liquor is the next directive principles of the state. Some of the state used to actually provided this thing that to prohibit the liquor in some of the states, but some of the states, as I said, that it is just in ethics. If they want to follow, they can follow. If they don't want to, no. The next is to ensure the development of farming based on the scientific methods. And the directive principles of the state policies are very important. It aims to achieve the social welfare, while the fundamental rights relate to an individual. The directive principles of the state policy relates to the whole community here. The central and the state governments are making an attempt to implement all these principles. These principles aims at holistic development in India. For the better development of India, these principles has been given, and they are the indicators of the good development of India. That's all about your lesson, our constitution, students. I want you to please see all the videos again, and please revise this lesson again from your textbook, and please write explanatory notes of this. If you have any doubts, please reach out to me through a Google Classroom app. Write explanatory notes and share it with me through the Google Classroom app. Students, tomorrow in my tomorrow's class, I'll be sharing you notes of this lesson. I want you to take this lesson as a very important thing, students, because it's very important from your examination point of view as well. Till that, students, stay home, stay safe, and keep your learning button on. Thank you so much, students. Allah Hafiz.